my advice for incorporating exercise would be to find a way to include at least maybe 20 to 30 minutes of some kind of physical activity or exercise that you enjoy or find enjoyable.
Welcome to 15 Days of Mental Health with me, Krisnan Hurdle of Insight Consulting, clinical psychologist and certified life coach. So today we have Marita Marshall, who is a physiotherapist with Pop Physio. Hi Marita.
Hi.
And thanks for joining us for 15 Days of Mental Health. How long have you been a physiotherapist?
I have been a physiotherapist. This year makes about 8 years.
All right. How long has Pop Physiotherapy been in operation?
Actually, just over a year. 1 year.
Okay. POP stands for anything in particular?
Yes, it does actually. It stands for Physiotherapy and Optimal Performance Services. Yeah, I think it's important to remember that health is a complete state of overall wellness, and it's not just the absence of disease, right? So when we talk about general good health, you also have to incorporate mental health into everything. So persons who present with physical complaints, if sometimes we go a little further in terms of questioning their stress levels, perhaps questioning if they have had a recent change in whether it be job, a recent change in moving, a recent change in having a baby, or some kind of family change or family issue, sometimes you can find that there's other underlying stressors that can be contributing to their physical complaints. So yes, most definitely, sometimes you can find persons with physical complaints that have underlying mental stressors. Yeah. So my advice for incorporating exercise would be to find a way to include at least maybe 20 to 30 minutes of some kind of physical activity or exercise that you enjoy or find enjoyable. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you have to get down and do push-ups, or that you have to do skipping if you don't like skipping. But even if it is you spend some time going outdoors, maybe doing some gardening, that is also considered physical activity. And for some persons who can't exercise vigorously, or for persons who are not familiar with doing exercise, then you wouldn't want to go from doing nothing at all to a whole heap, because you could actually end up injuring yourself that way. During this time, for a person who's never done exercise, or for a person who is sedentary, which means that they don't really do much activity or exercise, I would recommend more full body movements, as we would say. So a simple exercise like marching on the spot is something that's good for getting your heart rate up. It's an exercise that involves your entire body, because you can actually pump your arms, move your legs, and that actually helps your heart function, helps you to be active by moving your arms and your legs. So that's a simple exercise that can be done. You can do it for time. If you set a timer for perhaps 30 seconds and try to pump your arms and your legs as fast as you can, that's a simple exercise you can do. Another one is skipping. That's something that most persons are able to do. So even if you don't have a skipping rope, you can still do the skipping action, and you could call that invisible skipping. So that's a simple exercise that you can also do. Simple squats on the chair, or sitting and standing, and you do that a couple times. And that's another simple one that can be done, that can be considered as a whole body or large muscle group activity. So I just also wanted to point out the difference between physical activity and exercise. So physical activity is really any movement of the body that causes the muscles to expend energy, right? Exercise is any structured activity. So for instance, activities such as gardening, activity such as bringing in groceries, those are simple activities that can be considered as physical activity, where the body expends energy. And then when we talk about exercise, that more refers to an organized activity that's done on a consistent basis. So that could be going for a walk every evening, that could be going to the gym regularly, that could be doing jumping jacks at home on a consistent basis with a certain amount, with a certain intensity. So physical activity is any activity that expends energy, and exercise is activity that's done on a more consistent, organized basis.
Any final words you have for viewers?
I just want to really encourage persons to incorporate physical activity and exercise into their daily living. It's something that is very beneficial to not only their physical health but also to their mental health. When you exercise, your body is able to release natural endorphins, which we call the feel-good hormones, and those generally help you to feel good about yourself, to feel better about moving and doing something good for your body. And I think that's something that we need a little bit more of now. We need persons to find something to make them feel better, to make them feel lighter, to make them feel happier, and to just get through this process of lockdown and deal with this pandemic.
Leave me a message or comment below how you're getting on with your 3 daily exercises, and remember to continue them today. So that's it for 15 days of mental health with yours truly, Krisnan Hurdle of Insight Consulting. Have a wonderful day.